What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York, invading California for Namm 2020. We are at Metal Allegiance at the House of Blues, and we got Chuck Billy of Testament. Thank you for your time today, man.
No problem. What's happening?
Not much. It's a crazy day here at Metal Allegiance. It's like a thrash family, right?
Yeah, this is I don't know, third, fourth year we've done the Namm Metal Legion show, and it's always fun because we get to see all our friends from other bands, and this is the place and the weekend that we all see each other, and it's kind of a reunion thing.
Yeah.
But it's awesome because Alex and the guys been writing a few records over the years, so we've got a lot more singers and a lot more performers added to the Metal Legions. It just keeps growing.
Yeah, and a variety, too. Like, you have Doyle, but you have Dave from Revocation. It seems like you just have every aspect of the metal genre for this.
Yeah, I mean, it's anybody who would be into get involved, because people come here and they take it serious, but it's just for fun, we're just having fun with it, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Now, obviously, a lot of people are eagerly awaiting for the follow-up to Brotherhood of the Snake. What I was curious is, are you, making a direct continuation to that, or do you think that this new Testament record is going to, stand out a little bit more in the Testament catalog?
Well, it does stand out. This one, you're always trying to top your last record, and I thought Brotherhood, up to that point, was a pretty strong record. This one, it's definitely stands on its own. All the songs have their own identity. Eric somehow came up with a way to make it be Testament but feel fresh and new still, Testament. So that's pretty awesome. So it was a quicker process than the last time, but I think at the end the mix is awesome, the songs came out awesome, and the process wasn't as painful as it was last time. So it's a good record. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
For you being a vocalist, have you always needed to hear music to come up with lyrics, or do you sometimes have a lyrical concept in mind and that could help determine the music itself?
No, but I mean, I have some concepts before I hear music and apply them to what I feel, when I feel the song. So usually it's a lot of it, the riff is first, and then the riffs, it's a riff. It's not even a song yet, so it's usually just a riff. And then from there, I just kind of feel it out and just kind of find my way through it. And then on this record, we didn't get to work and do any demos, so it was kind of a lot of riffs going into the studio with ideas and then fine tuning it, which I think put the pressure on ourselves. Which I think sometimes when you're under pressure, I think you work a little harder and you give it a little more. So I think again, us forcing ourselves into the studio, let's go. We're gonna record this record now. It paid off because the record came out great. Everybody's performance, Steve and Gene, just killed it on this record, So it's an awesome record. Testament fans, I think, are going to dig it.
Absolutely. I've always thought that out of a lot of these thrash bands, you have toured with a variety of different bands, touring with bands like Exodus or Slayer, that's a thrash metal stream, but you've toured with Killswitch Engage and Lamb of God. Have you noticed on all the different types of tours you've been on, maybe different types of audiences or different types of crowds or something like that?
Well, there always is. I mean, when you play with bands that came around a little after us, yeah, it's a younger crowd, but I think the metal genre and crowd doesn't matter. If you've been here beginning or end, they're a metalhead through and through. And so I think it's been good that we've got to have exposure playing with other but other not thrashias like us, different styles of bands. I mean, we've done with Priest and Maiden and bands like that, and Dio. I mean, we've played with so much variety of stuff. It's been awesome. I think the fans now the generations are here following bands especially thrash bands that have been around for a few years like us.
Yep. Yeah, and it seems like, a lot of bands, modern thrash bands like Havoc or Power Trip, have been taking a lot of inspiration from you guys as well.
Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear some of the stuff like Power Trip. I like that style. It's that old early style of kind of thrash, hooky, catchy, and that's the kind of stuff I like. I like more of that, hopefully, and there's more bands coming up with that stuff.
Yeah. And I have two more questions for you, but here comes the most difficult question in the whole songwriting process. That's why it's my favorite question to ask every artist. How do you know when a song is done?
Well, what's up? Well, you never know till it's done, but sometimes that happens. Like we did one of the new songs on the record was probably one of the first ones we finished, but when we wrote it, we're like, okay, we wrote it start to finish, lyrics start to finish, and that was one of the songs that like just okay, we wrote it all and finished it, and we knew, okay, this is a good start for where we're going with this record, and this is feeling good, and kind of started the process.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And one other question I wanted to ask you is I actually did a phoner with you while you were on the Slayer tour. I think it was when Napalm Death was on the bill, but you were promoting the Chief. I was curious with creating this like a product. Was there maybe like a similar creative aspect as you do with music when creating the Chief?
No, it's apples and oranges. I mean, that's different. The vapes and the whole, it's a whole different thing, the whole weed market and stuff. So, and again, generations are different in that, but that was something that I'm kind of close to, and I thought I partnered up with somebody that was very interested in doing it with me. So it was just a good partnership on it, and the product was really killer. If people go get it at Lord Vapor USA, you can go find the product there. So.
You can't get it in like dispensaries or something?
Not a lot of them. If they have them, they're probably in the Bay Area, but online's your best bet,
Awesome. Well, Chuck, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Is there just anything else you would like to promote for Testament? You mentioned the tour with Death Angel and
Exodus. Yeah, that starts there in February in Europe. That kicks off kind of the cycle for our new record. It's coming out in April 3rd. So,
awesome.
I think the fans are going to be pumped up from the new one.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Chuck. Everybody, we are here with Chuck Billy of Testament. New music coming very soon. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We'll see you next time.